Hi, welcome to ASL for All. Today we'll be learning about some school signs. The first sign that we'll be learning is the sign for school. You'll be taking your fives in both hand shapes or whatever is comfortable for your resting hand position. You'll be taking your hand shapes and clapping them on top of each other's palms touching. This is also the sign for paper. Next, we'll be going through the 4 academic subjects, starting with math. You'll be taking an M hand shape, but you're flattening it out. Instead of laying it on top of your thumb, you'll be taking it and pointing them out. If you can't get the hand shape exact, it's okay. A lot of people will still understand you. You'll be taking both your M hand shapes. One in your dominant hand will be behind your non-dominant hand, and both of them will be moving against each other. The next sign that we'll be learning is the sign for English. You'll be taking your non-dominant hand flat, palm facing the ground, and your dominant hand to grab the edge of your hand and pull it towards you. English. The sign for history, you'll be taking an H hand shape and bouncing it twice. If you move this sign side to side, this is a sign for hard of hearing. So it's important to keep the H in the same position. The next sign that we'll be learning is a sign for science. You'll be taking an A hand shape in both your hands, moving them in circles around each other. Math and science are special signs that by changing the hand shape, you can change the meaning of the sign. When signing math with the M's, that just means math. But when you change it to A's, this means algebra. And when you change it to G's, this means geometry. And when they're T's, they mean trigonometry. It's the same thing with science. The A's just mean general science, C's mean chemistry, and B's mean biology. The next sign that we'll be learning is the sign for gym. You'll be taking X's in both your hands, putting them towards your shoulders, and moving them out, like you're lifting weights. The next sign that we'll be learning is the sign for music. You'll be taking your non-dominant hand, bending at the elbow, and your dominant hand is flat and moving it side to side along your non-dominant arm. The next sign that we'll be learning is a sign for student. You'll be having your non-dominant hand in front of you and a almost like grabbing hand with your dominant hand. So be taking the knowledge out from the book into your head. The non-dominant hand represents the book that you may be learning out of. You'll be taking the knowledge from the book into your head. From learn, we'll be taking our ER ending. So this is a learner, someone who learns. The ER is added to a lot of profession signs, except for doctor, nurse, and medical professional, along with other signs. The next sign that we'll be learning is the sign for teacher. You'll be taking both of your closed C hands, moving them out like the brim of a cap from graduation. This is a sign for teach. If you wanted to be teacher, you add the ER ending. The sign for book, you'll be taking flat hands in both, turning them into the shape of a book, and flapping open the book like you're turning pages. The next sign that we'll be learning is the sign for study. You'll be taking your flat hand in your non-dominant hand and a 5 in your dominant hand, moving your fingers like you're reading the book and absorbing the knowledge. The next 2 signs go together. The sign for sports and the sign for game. These 2 signs can be confused. However, you can get the meaning of them from context if you were to make a mistake. The sign for sports, you'll be taking both your A-shaped hands and moving them back and forth, like this is a team and this is a team and they're rivaling. And games, you'll be having one hand, your non-dominant hand, be stagnant and your dominant hand move against it. The next sign that we'll be learning is a sign for play. you'll be taking Y's in both your hands and shaking them. If you want to sign playground, you would sign play and then area. You'll be putting both your hands flat, palms facing towards the ceiling, and moving them around. This is also the sign for area. This can be applied to parking lot. The next sign that we'll be learning is the sign for read. You'll be taking your non-dominant hand flat in front of you and a V in your dominant hand to mimic eyes, like you're reading the pages of a book. The next sign that we'll be learning is the sign for write. You'll be taking a closed X hand shape, moving it towards your mouth and onto the paper of your non-dominant hand. The sign for write will move because it's a verb, so you'll be taking that X hand shape and writing it. And for the sign for pen, you can just move it to your mouth and across the page. This is the sign for pen and pencil. And when signing the sign for notebook, you'll be taking a pen, writing it into a book.